vast oceans, in the long run of history. Your dream starts here. Here, every dream is cared for. Here, every effort you make is worthwhile. Here, you can dream big. Your dream blends knowledge with innovation and is intertwined with tradition. Your dream will lead you to a brighter future. Come and weave your dream at Donghua University. What do you dream of? In the starry skies, in the vast oceans, in the long run of history. Your dream starts here. Here, every dream is cared for. Here, every effort you make is worthwhile. Here, you can dream big. Your dream blends knowledge with innovation and is intertwined with tradition. Your dream will lead you to a brighter future. Come and weave your dream at Donghua University. What do you dream of? In the starry skies, in the vast oceans, in the long run of history. Your dream starts here. Here, every dream is cared for. Here, every effort you make is worthwhile. Here, you can dream big. Your dream blends knowledge with innovation and is intertwined with tradition. Your dream will lead you to a brighter future. Come and weave your dream at Donghua University. What do you dream of? In the starry skies, vast oceans, in the long run of history. Your dream starts here. Here, every dream is cared for. Here, every effort you make is worthwhile. Here, you can dream big. Your dream blends knowledge with innovation and is intertwined with tradition. Your dream will lead you to a brighter future. Come and weave your dream at Donghua University. What do you dream of? In the starry skies, in the vast oceans, in the long run of history. Your dream starts here. Here, every dream is cared for. Here, every effort you make is worthwhile. Here, you can dream big. Your dream blends knowledge with innovation and is intertwined with tradition. Your dream will lead you to a brighter future. Come and weave your dream at Donghua University. What do you dream of? In the starry skies, in the vast oceans, in the long run of history. Your dream starts here. Here, every dream is cared for. Here, every effort you make is worthwhile. Here, you can dream big. Your dream blends knowledge with innovation and is intertwined with tradition. Your dream will lead you to a brighter future. Come and weave your dream at Donghua University.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Francis from the International Students Office of Donghua University. I'm glad that you are here in today's webinar. This week, we have received a lot of feedback about today's webinar, telling us what they want to learn about. So therefore, this webinar is very meaningful because it is jointly built by all of us. So I'm the host today, as well as the keynote speaker. As a person in charge of the international student recruitment for the degree programs, from the perspective and experience of my team, I'm eager to share with you people who plan to study in China or who have decided to study at Donghua University in order to help you know and understand the key information process, the principles of application for study and for scholarship. Hope this will help to improve your application. So today I'm here not to give you a very detailed university introduction, nor answer the inquiries or questions like how to apply. So information like this has been posted on our official website. So if you want to know more, you can first visit our website in English website or Chinese website. All the informations are there. Or second, if you have WeChat, you can scan this black QR code and follow our subscriptions from our WeChat official account. And this red QR code is the several of our social media channels. So we welcome you to scan this QR code and follow us on social media. So in today's 1 hour, I will talk about scholarships, applications, programs for about half an hour. I don't know if you are going to apply to Donghua University or not, but to some extent, what I will share with you will help you also to apply to the other universities in China. So, you know, we also have invited two guest speakers. And if there are any Donghua teachers or students are here, believe me, they must come here only for listening to the guest speakers. So you know how much they love Professor Lu and how outstanding Tendo is. So during the webinar, if you have any questions, please write down in the chat room. My colleagues from the admission team are here too. They will answer your inquiries and questions and collect some questions for our Q&A part in the last 10 minutes of this webinar. So if there is not enough time today, you can join the next online Q&A the next Friday afternoon, December 9th, in the same Zoom meeting with the same password and at the same time period, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, let's start from scholarships. What most of the applicants cares. So scholarship, you are concerned more about whether you can receive a scholarship or not. but the university concerns more about whether the application is good enough to be recommended for scholarship to scholarship funding institution. So many inquiries related to scholarships can be answered with the information here in this table. The scholarship that a prospective student applies for in order to support his or her entire study duration, we call it entrance scholarships. The entrance scholarships are funded by our governments, the Chinese government or Shanghai municipal government. Donghua University does not set up any university levels in entrance scholarships. So in terms of the types of the scholarship, no matter a Chinese government scholarship or Shanghai government scholarship, SGS, they have the full scholarship and partial scholarship. Full scholarship, it includes a waiver of tuition fee, a waiver of medical insurance fee, a waiver of on-campus dorm fee, and a monthly stipend offered if the students are in China. And partial scholarships means 1 or 2 items of the full scholarship. So the stipend provided for the doctoral candidates, no matter CGS or SGS, is 3,500 RMB per person per month. So CGS also has category type A and category type B. That means the different application submission channel. So since only category type B means an application submission to the university, so what we were talking about today is category type B. For example, the high-level postgraduate programs. So a question for that those who have already planned to take action to apply for scholarships usually will ask how to apply for the scholarship. So just check the application guide. Questions such as when is the application deadline? Is there any age limitation? What is the requirements for Chinese or English level? Which online application system should I log in? What materials should I submit? Should I pay for the application fee, etc., etc.? The answers to these questions are all there in the official website. And if you visit our website, you can find all the details here. After all the application materials are ready, the applicant need to log into Donghua University's online application system. Our online application system, you just need to fill some basic personal information and study plan and upload the application materials. In fact, many applicants cannot submit a complete application at one time. Their documents more or less do not meet the requirements described in our application guide. We fully understand this situation, so we will take initiative to contact applicants after sorting out their application materials and ask them to make up or resubmit the documents. So there are many applicants ignore the email contact from us. So here I'd like to suggest the applicants to reply the emails from the admission team promptly and seriously on the issues such as making up materials, resubmitting documents, tests or interviews, or paying application fees, because the admission team is helping you to make sure that you can complete your application smoothly and more to help you to increase the chances of getting recommendation for scholarships. So here is a basic truth. To have a chance to receive a scholarship, you must first be recommended as a scholarship candidate by the university. So to have the possibility of being recommended by the university, you must first obtain the admission qualifications from the university. And to be admitted by the university, you must first complete the application, and your application should be competitive enough. So see, the only thing you should do to achieve your scholarship dream is to prepare a nice application. So in the past 2 years, we indeed receive more and more nice applications. Those materials are complete, true, clear, and standardized. The applicants were able to communicate with us smoothly and understand very well what to do and how to do in the next step. And they also have strong ability to take initiative and solve problems by themselves. So we hope in this coming year, we will receive more nice applications from you. So there are 2 more questions asked frequently by the applicants. First one, how to let Zhonghua University know I intend to apply for the entrance scholarship? Easy. While making DHU online application, select scholarships, CGS, SGS in the cells of bounding blank. And that's all. So you do not need to tell the university which one you prefer to apply, CGS or SGS, because after you have the admission qualification, it will be the university decide whether or which scholarships to recommend you as a candidate. Question 2, do I need and when I should submit an application at CGS or SGS online application system? Yes, you did. And you yourself can decide when to do it. Logically speaking, better to apply to the university first. However, the university also need to know that whether or not you have actually completed your online application at CGS or SGS. So after the online scholarship application is completed, a scholarship application form will be automatically generated online. So do not forget to send this electronic application form to Zhonghua University via email. So that's all for scholarship part. So any more questions, please write down in our chat room. The admission team teacher will reply, or later we will answer during Q&A, the frequently asked questions. So next, let's talk about selecting a right program. Does Zhonghua University offer programs or research areas that you're looking for? And what are those doctoral programs are popular among the international doctoral candidates? So for doctoral applicants, we assume that you've already had ideas on which program or research areas you want to apply for. So a quick start is to visit our official website from the admissions column to find the program list of doctoral, and you will see here this green table has listed all the programs of 2023 intake. But we know this is not enough, formal enough. So we also prepared and listed the specific research fields and directions included in these programs. And you can find from this Excel. Yes, they are in Chinese, so you need to use the translation software. Please pay special attention to those links. By clicking those links, you will find the information of the faculties and PhD supervisors. If today is your first time to hear about Zhonghua University, let me give you some recommendations. So Zhonghua University has two double first-class disciplines: textile science and engineering, material science and engineering. So the strength of these two disciplines are the best, especially textile science and engineering. We are proud of that because it is really enjoy world-class reputation. So if what you are looking for is related to textile science and engineering, material science and engineering, especially among those programs listed here, just choose Zhonghua University. In addition, we started the program's distribution of international doctoral candidates in the past 5 years, and now we listed those programs here. Those are the popular doctoral programs among the international students, and most of them are related to science and engineering. So by the way, I can give you a very brief introduction to the university too. Actually, there are 29 doctoral degree programs offered here in Zhonghua University, covering several disciplines such as engineering, science, management, art, history. About 1,500 doctoral candidates enrolled, and the total number of the students of this university is around 24,000. There are nearly 2,300 faculty members, including more than 900 professors and associate professors. Here we have some pictures of our campus. The Zhonghua University locates in the city of Shanghai. We have two campuses. Here is the picture of Songjiang campus. Most of the science and engineering colleges and schools sit in this campus, which is very beautiful and quiet with a good natural environment, state-of-the-art facilities for learning and doing experiments. So the highlight for the students living in this campus is there are various sports spaces and facilities. So the Fashion Art Design College, School of Business and Management, and College of Humanities locates in the Yan'an Road campus in the city center, where the transportation are very convenient. So students can experience a rich and colorful campus life as well as urban life. So the highlight for students living in this campus is delicious food in several cafeterias. So we're looking forward to your coming to Shanghai and studying for your PhD at beautiful Zhonghua University. From the fall semester of 2023, international students enrolled in degree programs are expected to come to Shanghai to start their study and research in the university. This is our online application system, and the picture shows the Songjiang campus. So here we also would like to remind you that the application deadline for the high-level postgraduate scholarship is February 28. For those who apply for a doctoral degree, we will prioritize your application into this scholarship review process. So it will be better to complete your application as soon as possible. Do not rush to submit the application after February 20th, because you may have to supplement some materials or take the interviews. It would be too late to leave only a few days. So in case you are late, your application will be automatically transferred to the review process of other scholarships, such as Shanghai government scholarships, of which the application deadline is March 31st. We have learned from many doctoral applicants that the most difficult part for application preparing is find a future supervisor. You need to start this part as early as possible because it is a time-consuming thing. The number of doctoral supervisors in each research field is limited, and they also have Chinese doctoral candidates to supervise. So many supervisors, they tend to use only in Chinese for their supervision. So it is not easy for international students to find doctoral supervisors. Meanwhile, in order to help the supervisor to know you well in a short time, you need to prepare deliberately some materials in advance and learn enough information. If a professor is willing to be your future supervisor, be sure to invite him or her to sign on the cover of your research proposal and the supervision confirmation letter. So about how to find a doctoral supervisor, check the links to the faculties we shared in the official website. So we have a special column to give you the details on how to find the contact supervisor. And there are templates of the supervision confirmation letter and the template of cover of the research proposal. Please do it as early as possible. Find the professor's information and contact them by yourself. Guidance and help from the admissions team may not be enough. So today we also have our 2 guest speakers here and to help you. So now I would like to invite Professor Lu to join us. Professor Lu, are you there?
Yes, Francis. Hi, how are you?
Okay, Professor Lu, we know that Professor Lu has really helped a lot of international students academically and loved by the students a lot. And Professor Lu's master students has just graduated smoothly and received a full scholarship from a Chinese government, and now are currently studying for a PhD under Professor Lu's supervision. So Professor Lu, could you just give us an introduction of yourself, your college, and your research focus?
Sure. Thank you, Francis. First of all, welcome everyone to join to joining us this afternoon. I think it might be your mornings or late evenings, wherever you are. So a brief introduction. So my name is Changrui Lu. I am a professor in the College of Biomedical Science. It's a newly formed college, formerly part of College of Chemistry, Chemical Engineering, and Biotechnology. So now we have a separate college now. So myself, I graduated from Cornell University, majoring in biochemistry, and I went on for postdoctoral studies in University of Michigan Medical Center. And then I came back to China to join Donghua University and as a professor. So my field of study is cutting edge RNA biotechnology. Currently working on RNA vaccines, especially the against COVID-19 and other prevalent pandemic species such as tuberculosis or something like that. So I have had a few international students in my laboratory, and I'll be glad to take questions. Francis, you're muted.
Thank you, Professor Lu. And now the international students who want to apply for a PhD program have already started to look for the supervisors. So as a doctoral supervisor, if there's any international applicant contacts you, what would you like to know about him? And which abilities or achievements are more valued by a doctoral supervisor?
Okay, thank you for the question. So I can only speak for my own field of study. So I think I can represent the biological science aspect of our college, of our school. So basically, I receive requests for admissions for admissions into the international students program almost every day. I receive maybe the peak will be 5 to 10 emails per day on the peak times, and minimum is probably 1 every week. So I receive many applications, but most of them are sent out by mass emailing. So I just when I read the email immediately after 10 seconds, I would know that this is sent by mass emailing, and this is done through I can see the wording and I understand immediately that this was a copy and paste job. So first of all, I would encourage all the applicants to look at the professors carefully. We have pretty good selections. We have selections across many different fields. Donghua University has many areas of study, and I think many of which are cutting edge and can satisfy both industry needs and also research R&D needs in many countries. So I encourage you to look at the professors' backgrounds very carefully and think about what you can do after you receive a degree. So it will be very important to find the right one, not just mass mailing, emailing, because that doesn't work. That doesn't work. So secondly, I have received emails requests from students not within my field of study. They would tell me that they have completed their master's program in so-and-so aspect, in so-and-so field, and would like to continue their study or would like to do some kind of research on a related field, which is actually not mine. So these emails, I also politely reply and say, I do not conduct these research, and good luck finding an advisor elsewhere. So these are type of mistakes. I think the most frequent mistakes applicants make from my point of view. So what I look for in applicants are usually 2 things. One, whether or not they have appropriate background. This might actually be a little hard. Okay, this sounds like something that's easy to say, but it actually might be a little hard because my field of study is quite unique, and I have actually never seen an applicant with the correct background, because the courses and the field of studies usually are not offered or even do not exist in many countries of the world. Okay, only a handful of countries even have labs that work on the same thing or similar things that my labs work on. So this is quite difficult to ask, quite a demanding thing to ask for. So the second thing I ask is commitment. Okay, so if you have, well, some kind of training in my field, albeit not particularly advanced according to my need, but I would like you to show commitment so that you would like to study and the research and spend some time catching up and get to the same levels that we would commonly consider you a qualified candidate. Let's say. So these are the things I look for in applications. And of course, the third thing we look for is also lab space. But this is nothing you would know about. So if we have many international students, or we have many domestic students, and our lab space is quite crowded, and we may not even have space. So sometimes there's unfortunate truth that we don't have lab space. So you should probably look for advisor somewhere else. We can also advise you if you would show me that you are very interested. I can advise you to find someone else in the same department. There is one instance. Okay, so there's one interesting instance where a student I think he was wandering around. For some reason, he couldn't find advisor, or he found a lab that wasn't particularly intriguing to him, and he was wandering the building and picked up another professor by just pure chance and chatting through a hallway meeting. So that was quite interesting as well. So yes, I hope that answers your question, Francis.
Okay, thank you, Professor Lu, for such practical suggestions. And we know that pursuing a doctoral degree is not easy, especially for international students. So there will be many challenges. Do you have any suggestions on how the future international doctoral students should arrange their own research and life and to maximize the effectiveness of a doctoral research?
Okay, so this question is quite difficult. Okay, it's a very good question, and yet is very difficult to answer. So from my own experience, okay, so from biological science perspective, this might be actually different from material science, but overall, I think the overall trend is quite the same. So basically, to graduate PhD, you can have two ways. One is you can have the easy way, publishing some papers and meeting minimal requirements, and then get out. Okay, you may be able to find a job somewhere, depending on your background or where you live. You might be able to find a postdoc somewhere. I don't know, something generic. Okay, something generic. If you meet the minimal requirements. Okay, the second way is the hard way. We don't actually care what kind of publication, what kind of minimal requirements that the college or the school imposes. We just want you to do a good project and publish a nice paper. Okay, a nice paper may not have a high impact factor. Okay, so this is something you may know or may not know, but I can tell you for as a fact that a nice research paper may have very low impact factor, and something very terrible can have quite decent impact factors. So from my side, okay, so in our college, in the biological science area, most of our professors don't care about low impact factor or terrible papers. Okay, we don't really care about that. For someone like me, especially a doctoral advisor, I already made full professorship. I have nothing to gain from low impact factor papers. I don't count impact factors at the end of the year to get promotions, etc. Okay, all I want is to make advancements in science, which in my lab, I strongly discourage students for publishing terrible papers just to meet the minimal requirements. Okay, and this is the same for almost every doctoral advisor in my college and department. So if you wish to just get a degree, and this is probably not the place for you. Okay, there might be better places, but this is not the place for you. So if you wish to get a very good paper, if you get to accumulate good experience, you need to work really hard. Okay, so what we're looking for is, again, commitment. You're committed to many years, 3, 4, 5 years of study, and probably from almost a zero background, and catching up, and then publish decent paper, accumulate decent experience. What I can tell you is that the amount of work you put in, the amount of commitment you put in, directly correlates with your gain after your graduation. It's from my lab, it's very obvious, it's extremely obvious. The people that worked hard, think hard, gained much more income, much higher social level, much better jobs than those who publish mediocre papers just for graduation purposes. So this is something that we look for, and probably is a basic requirement for success pretty much everywhere. There are departments that have lower graduation requirements. I think my department, my college, has probably the highest graduation requirements in terms of publication. But there are departments that has a lower requirement. But my advice is that don't let those requirements be the thing that you go after. It should be minimal requirement. Okay, it should be just something that doesn't even cross your mind. It should your goal is to become top of your class, to become top of your field. Okay, to become the leading specialist after you're done with your degree. Okay, so that's basically my advice for all incoming PhD students. So as a doctoral graduate, doctoral degree holder, you should be able to conduct your own research, lead your own project, okay? And independent research ability and also teamwork is going to be extremely important. Without these abilities, you're just basically a master or even an undergraduate student, okay? So basically that's my advice.
Oh. Thank you, Professor. Thank you. I think after we learned this from you, and many applicants may well take it seriously and think about their future study and think about how to make this application. And we do hope that those coming to study in China will achieve a lot after a hard study and research in their PhD period. So thank you. And today we also have invited our very excellent doctoral candidate, Tendo from Uganda. Tendo, are you there? Tendo, could you turn on your audio and camera? Oh, Tendo, you need to turn on your audio. Okay. 主持人在吗？可以帮忙就是打开 Tendo 的这个语音吗？ Wait a second.
Oh, Laoshi, now I'm on. I was unmuted.
Hi, Tendo. Finally, you are
Yes.
here. So this time
Sorry.
we can hear you very clearly. Thank you, Tendo.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, now we have Tendo here with us. The reason why I invite Tendo is not because I know him. Actually, I don't know him before this webinar. It is because many people, many teachers and students recommend him to me. So told me how outstanding he is. So Tendo, we are so happy that you're here with me in this webinar. So could you please introduce yourself and share with us briefly your doctoral research and daily life?
Thank you so much, teacher, for this invitation. I'm so grateful to be part of this talk. To all of you participants, wherever you are in all parts of the world, thank you so much for joining this platform. And my name is Mugani Tendo Innocent. I am a Ugandan, and right now I'm winding up with my doctoral degree in material processing engineering here in DHU. But previously, I came in this university in 2016 as a master's degree student pursuing textile engineering. I think the teacher in her talk initially, she talked about textiles. Donggwa University is well known for or being very good at instructing textiles. So I came here with that major, but then switched colleges to the College of Material Science and Engineering. But someone should be careful here and observe that much as I switched a major from textiles to material science, my research interests remains within textiles. So it's very important. Briefly, as a PhD candidate enrolled in DHU, we must be careful to be knowing a few specifics. There is what we call the International Cultural Exchange School, which is hosting these talks. We must know its roles, we as students. It successfully recruits, enrolls us, and monitors our welfare. The rest of the game about academics comes back to us, knowing how best are we going to be excelling as soon as we reach here. There you have to look at your research group. This is where you're going to be attaining everything academically. You must understand. Now, after getting a research group, that means you must get a professor. In a research group, a professor heads a research group. Within a research group, we have assistants, because normally a professor is very busy, but then there are also students. So you must understand the hierarchy of the research group. After understanding the hierarchy of the research group, who heads the group and which people are going to be associating with, you need to understand your research direction. You must have a research direction. This is given to you by normally your professor, because you must be working within the scope of what the professor is doing. Just like what Professor Lu talked about. Oh, sorry, I didn't recognize you, Professor Lu. Professor Lu, first of all, thank you so much for the great work you've done in us, the international students. We appreciate. Personally, you are my role model. You inspired me to be a good writer in research.
Thank you, very kind.
I'm
glad you find it useful, though.
I'm succeeding because of you. Thank you so much, Professor. So,
no problem.
Just like what Professor Lu has talked about, you must go to, after getting a research group, go to your professor. He gives you a research direction. In most cases, if you're lucky, the research group may be having a project that is running, so he may carve you in. But in some other cases, after giving you a research direction, he will tell you to dig deep, find a topic. That means you have to dig literature deep. After digging literature deep, understand the fundamental science, then perhaps you may be good to go. I would advise whoever is starting a PhD that a PhD is a full-time job. Start early, don't wait. Read early, write early, do quickly. You must be having a routine, cooperate with your group mates, because they hold the keys to your timely graduation. Try to understand them more than you need them to understand you. Because if you do not cooperate with them, just like Professor has said, teamwork is key. Without teamwork, you're not gonna get anything out of your research. Then as a human being, you must be good at motivating yourself. There are some good things I have learned along the way in my 4 years of doing a PhD. One thing I have learned so much is cultivating good daily habits. One of the habits I am interested so much in, I like exercising. I like running so much. Do something that motivates you to remain positive and focused on your PhD. Then I try so much. This one I've just learned it along the way. I eat healthy and get some quality sleep so that I rise up with all the energy, ready to think, ready to work. Make sure that you immerse yourself deeply into the thing. It needs your body, it needs your soul, it needs your mind, without which you may not achieve what you intend to achieve. I think with those few hints, I would be eager and I'll be eager to receive any questions that anyone has about doing a PhD. So far, those are the simple experiences I have about it. And the experience has so far been so much amazing. Thank you, teacher. Back to you.
Thank you. So according to the sharing from Tando, we know that a PhD period or PhD research is not only a thing that you make efforts only by yourself. It is also a teamwork, right? There is a lot of cooperation and collaboration between you and your team member and the supervisor or the assistant of supervisors. So thank you very much, Tando, for those. And you know, now just the same question, the PhD applicants are now looking for the supervisors, right?
Yes.
So do you have any good suggestions for them on how to find a supervisor, future supervisor?
So the first thing I would really argue someone to do is to, of course, any supervisor would like to know the command you have about what you are applying for. There is no supervisor who's just going to take you in if you have nothing or clue about what you're going to do. So in most cases, they should look up at what they want to do. After knowing what you want to do, go to the university website. I'm sure the university website has provided a list of professors doing particular research directions. You must make sure that the knowledge you have at least rhymes well with the professor's interest. That way, when you write something, or because in most cases, professors need to see something written. You write something down in the form of a draft proposal and send to him. When he looks through, just as like Professor Lu has said, that he looks at your writing and assesses, yeah, this guy, I think, has something to offer. Then I think I'll either recommend him to another professor or I can take him in. But if you're raw and you have nothing, you have no knowledge about what you want, and you're writing to a professor, he will not accept. You must demonstrate that you really have the abilities to carry out independent research with understanding and a lot of might and passion. That's what I can say about it.
Thank you, Tando, so much. Such practical suggestions too. And I would like to thank Professor Lu and Tando again for what you have shared with us. Must be very helpful for those who are going to apply for doctoral study in the future. And not only to Donghua University, but for those plan to study in the other Chinese universities. So that's all for today's talks. And now we just come to our Q&A time. So we already have received some questions from the chat room. And let's see, Professor Lu, here is a question for you. Oh, there is a participant ask, does the professor have their own funding to hire PhD international students?
The quick answer is not likely. Okay, so the international students are I think overall in this university are almost exclusively funded by either the municipal government or the central government. Is that correct, Francis?
Yes,
so yes,
and that's the government support.
Right. So each research group has their own funding, and those funding almost exclusively only cover research expenses, therefore not including room and board, and also not including salaries. So salaries are actually really hard to come by for research funding, especially from federal or not federal, central or municipal fundings. So I do not know anyone who privately fund their own students. The students might receive a minor stipend from the lab, but this is not far from enough from supporting your living expenses in China. So basically, the labs don't fund students coming here. So that's the short answer to the long question.
Okay, thank you, Professor Liu. And another question is, here is a question asking, is there an online PhD programs that I can study while I'm in my own home country outside China? If so, does these programs have a scholarship? Actually, we don't offer the online PhD program because of the COVID. So currently in this 2-3 years, many courses are online, and students, they have to study online their PhD or other degree program study. But the programs itself are offline. So as I has mentioned just now, from 2023 fall intake, the offline courses will be, we will have almost all the courses offline. So the students, no matter the freshmen or the enrolled students, they are expected to come back to Shanghai, to Zhonghua University, to join the offline, to have their campus life here. So we don't have this online PhD program. So there is another question to Professor Liu.
So which question? How do you show commitment in the motivation letter? Is that the question we want to ask next? Okay. So so my advice, so my advice is, first of all, you're going to introduce yourself and you're going to introduce your background. Okay, so what kind of work you've done previously. The second, you need to show that you need to tell us that what kind of job you're looking for. So after graduation, what kind of work you wish to pursue, and we get some clue of what kind of how motivated you are, depending on what kind of work you wish to do afterwards. Okay, I would also like to hear about your family situation. So are you married? Are you planning to bring your family here? Are you unmarried? What's your marital status? Do you wish to get married during your PhD? We're also interested in these things because we have many instances where families and work do collide a little bit. Okay, and lastly, we want to see your research plan. So what kind of work you propose you would like to do, and this takes most amount of time. So you would ideally need to spend, I would say, better part of a week, a few hours a day, to write this proposal. It doesn't have to be long, but it has to sort of cover the basis. Basically, I want to know that you have looked at the background of our research, what kind of the current status quo per se for my field of research. If you understand the status quo, then it means that you have a basic understanding. You have actually looked and read quite a bit, and this is probably a good sign of a commitment. So I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Professor. And okay, we received a lot of questions asking about what programs the Zhonghua University offer, and we have mentioned this again and again. Just go to the official website to check the program list, or the Excel included in the research directions. Please visit our official website. There are dozens of programs. So, and question again on the age limitation for the scholarship applicants is under the age of 40, and for self-funded applicants should be under the age of 45. Oh, some participants asking that they have tried to send emails to a lot of supervisors, and they didn't receive any reply. And yes, we have heard this before, and some applicants told us they have sent many emails, but there's no reply. But just as I mentioned just now, the PhD supervisor numbers are very limited in each research field, and Professor Lu also mentioned that. So if you already have a very clear research area and you try Donghua, but there's no reply, maybe you can try the other universities, right? Mm. So any more other questions? And we found many inquiries on programs or on the application requirements or on the application eligibilities. Such kind of questions has been replied by my colleagues. So I would like to let you know that we have the next in the next several Friday afternoons, we will continue this online information session or online Q&A. So just now we mentioned our info platforms. So please just visit these information platforms for what you need. And the next webinars on the Friday afternoons, we will have one on December the 9th. It's a Q&A, especially for those who apply for the degree programs to Donghua University. And December 16th, we will have the info session on the master's application and the scholarships chances. And the January of the next year, that's several weeks later, we will have the webinar on the bachelor's programs application and scholarships opportunities. So if you or your families or friends are interested in this, welcome to join us in the next several Friday afternoons. We will use the same Zoom meeting and same password. And we expect to receive more questions or inquiries from you so that we can help you better. So I think that's the time. We are going to finish our webinar. And at last, I'd like to say that applying for a doctoral study and a future doctoral study is not easy. And we would like that you can contact us and let us know how to help you. And you can email with us. Our official email address is ISO, International Student Office, ISO@dhu.edu.cn. And you can also join us in Fridays afternoons in the online information session. That's all for today's webinar. Thank you very much and enjoy your weekend.